So if we look at this very first one, I graphed this one first, and I'm gonna put my first dot on the y line at -1. Right, and then from there, I do my slope, so I'm gonna go up 4 and over 3, which way?
To the right. Left.
To the left, over 3. And we're gonna go up 4, 1, 2, can't. Okay, we're gonna go down 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, over 3. Line 1, you need to make as many dots as you possibly can. Line 2, we make as little amount of dots as we possibly can. So just until that intersection point. Okay, line 2 starts out at 4. Okay, so we're gonna go to the Y line and go to the 4. And my slope is 1 over 3, so I'm gonna go up 1 and over 3, which way?
Positive, so right.
To the right. Now, if I go up 1 and over 3, am I even hitting an intersection? No. Okay, so really you're gonna need to go down 1 and over 3. Up 1 is not gonna do us anything. Okay, down 1 and over 3, and you can clearly see that intersection right there. Okay, and so that intersection point is what?
3, -3.
That's backwards, buddy.
-3, 3.
-3, comma 3. Okay, we always look down first, and whatever that number is, and then over. Okay, to the number lines. And so that's just kind of a way, okay, you always go either up or down, and then left or right to get that, those coordinates. Okay, the second one, it starts out at 4. Okay, and what is my slope? -7. Okay, so we're gonna go down 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 1. Okay, line 2, I did mine backwards. Just kidding. Okay, you do to go down 7, but I need to go over 1 the other way because it's -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it should be going this way. So that's what you get for using pen, Matthew. Nobody's ever told you don't use pen in math class.
Well, that's the only writing pencil I have, so.
I have pencils everywhere. Okay, line 2 starts out at -2. Okay, and again, we're gonna go up 7 over 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 over 1. Okay. Where do those intersect?
They don't.
They do not. Okay. In all these cases, you're gonna get either one intersection, or none. And so this is called a no solution. Okay, because there's not an intersection point, it's just a no solution. Okay, and you can tell that by the slope. Okay, so notice how the slope is -7 and -7 on both. That means that they're not gonna intersect. However, if one was a -7 and one is a +7, they will intersect, okay? Because one will be going this way, one's gonna be going this way. But if they're both exactly the same, okay, they're never gonna intersect. It's not gonna happen. Okay, the next page is substitution. Okay, you will have 2 substitution questions on your test. One where it says y equals and some stuff, and the other one where it says y equals a number. Okay, which one am I gonna circle? The second one. Okay, so we circle this one, and we're gonna plug it into the y on the other one. Okay, and so we're gonna get 7x minus 3, and instead of y, what am I writing?
The y equation.
The y equation, which is -2x minus 14 equals -10. Okay, and then we need to distribute, so -3 times -2 is gonna be a positive 6x. -3 times -14. And I don't know, somebody needs to type. -3 times -14. 42? Okay, so a positive 42 equals -10. Okay, and then we're gonna combine, so 7 and 6 is gonna give me a 13x plus 42 equals -10. Okay, we're gonna say minus 42 from both sides. So I'm gonna get 13x equals -52. Divide by 13. And I don't know what that is, 3, maybe 4. -4. And so we're gonna get x equals -4. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna plug it into my circled stuff here. Okay, so that's y equals -2, and where the x is at, we're putting a -4 minus 14. Okay, and you can just type all that in your calculator just like that. So type in -2, parenthesis, -4, close parenthesis, minus 14. -6? -6? And so we get y equals -6. Okay, and so we write this as a coordinate of -4, -6. Okay, number 7, which one am I gonna circle? Equation 2. Okay, so we're gonna circle this one and we plug it in to the other one. So it's gonna look like -4x minus 4, and instead of y, I'm plugging in a 4 equals 8. Okay, and then always, we gotta do the parentheses first. So -4 times 4 is gonna be -4x minus 16 equals 8. And then we're gonna add 16 to both sides. And what is 8 plus 16? 24. Okay, and then our last step is to do what? Divide by -4. So we're gonna get x equals -6. Okay, now, normally you would take that and draw it up to the one you have circled above. However, that other one's already solved. And so, this is just ready to go ahead and write the coordinate of -6, comma, 4. Okay, the next section on here is elimination. You will have 3 elimination on your test. The first being addition, the second being subtraction, and then one of them multiplication. Okay, and they're gonna go in that order, the same way that they have been. Okay, the first one's addition, the second one's subtraction, and then the last one is gonna be to do that multiplication. Okay, and so this one we can go ahead and add the 2 equations together. Okay, and what's gonna get eliminated? The x's, okay? The x is -7 plus 7 is 0. Okay, -10 plus 8 is gonna be -2y negative 5 plus 11 is gonna be 6. Okay, and then if we're looking at this, what needs done? Divide by negative 2 on both sides. Okay, so we get y equals negative 3. Okay, and then you're gonna pick equation 1 or equation 2? What would you like to do? 2? Okay, so we're gonna write down 2, 7x plus 8, and instead of y, I'm putting a negative 3, because we've already solved for the y. Does it matter which equation you pick? It does not, okay? No matter what equation we pick, we're gonna end up with the exact same x. Okay, so we're gonna get 7x, well, 8 times negative 3 is gonna be negative 24 equals 11. Okay, then we're gonna add 24 to both sides. Okay, and so I'm gonna get 7x equals 35. Okay, and then our last step is to do what? Right. So we get x equals 5. And so this is again ready for coordinate 5 comma negative 3. Okay, number 11. Again, we just did the addition, and you know it's subtraction. If they both have the same sign and same number, then it's gonna be to subtract the 2. Okay? Make sure that you're using a calculator, definitely on the subtraction ones, because there's just a lot of negatives going on. Okay? Negative 4 plus, or no, sorry, negative 4 minus negative 8. What is negative 4 minus negative 8? 4. Okay, so we're at 4x. Okay, and then 4 minus 4 is going to be 0. And then negative 16 minus negative 16. 0. Okay, and then we're going to divide by 4. And so we get x equals 0. Okay, from there, we're gonna pick an equation. Okay, so 8, negative 8, parentheses 0, because my x is 0, plus 4y equals negative 16. Okay, what is negative 8 times 0? It's 0. Okay, so I got, 0 plus 4y equals negative 16. Okay, and some of you guys, if you know, you know, but, okay, so we can say minus 0 from both sides. You get 4y equals negative 16. And then we're going to divide by 4. So we get y equals negative 4, and so this one also is ready for a coordinate of 0 comma negative 4. Okay, the very back page is the multiplication ones. Okay, the same as yesterday. The first 2 on the top, we're just going to do the multiplication part. Okay, you just need to draw the parentheses and what number you need to multiply by. The bottom one, the bottom 2, I guess, you guys are going to do. Okay, so what would you like to cancel, x's or y's? It doesn't matter, pick one. Y. Okay, so if we do the y, what's smaller, 5 or 7? 5. Okay, so 5 times what gives me 7? Nothing. So the y's are not going to work. Okay, so then we have to go to the x's, okay? So if we're looking at the x's, what's smaller, 2 or 6? 2. Okay, so 2 times what gives me 6? 3. Okay, so we need to multiply this by 3. Okay, and then we check the signs. Are they the same sign or opposite signs on the x's? Same. If they are the same sign, then you need to throw a negative out here. Okay? If they are opposite signs, you won't need a negative. Okay, so right here is where we're going to stop on this one. Yours needs to look something like that on this side. Okay, just with the parentheses and the number. Okay, on the bottom one is the one we're going to solve all the way. Okay, so if we look at 15, what would you like to cancel, x's or y's? Y's. Okay, what's smaller, 3 or 6? 3. 3 times what gives me 6? 2. Okay, so again, the smaller one gets the times, and we know it's a 2. Are they same signs or opposite signs on the y's? Same. Okay, we got a plus and a plus, so this needs to have a negative out there. Okay, and so equation 1, everything is going to get multiplied by -2. Okay, so -2 times -2 is going to be 4x. -2 times 3 is going to be -6y. -2 times 13 is going to be a -26. Okay, equation 2, are we doing anything to it? No. Okay, it doesn't have parentheses, so we're going to copy that one down below this one. -6x plus 6y equals 30. Okay, and so now it's the exact same as the addition problems, okay, which is why I don't make you do the other one, because this is stupid. Okay, so we can add the two equations together. 4 plus -6 is going to be a -2x. -6 plus 6 is going to be 0, they cancel. And then -26 plus 30 is going to be 4. Divided by 2.
-2.
-2. Okay, so we're going to get x equals a -2. Okay, from there you're going to plug it into one of your original equations. Okay, what would you like to use, equation 1 or equation 2? Number 2. Okay, so number 2 says -6, and instead of x, I'm putting a -2 because we solved that. Plus 6y equals 30. Okay, and you always do the parentheses first, so -6 times -2 is going to be 12 plus 6y equals 30. Okay, we're going to subtract 12 from both sides. So I got 6y equals something, 30, 20, 18. Okay, and then our last step is going to be to divide by 6 on both sides. Okay, what should your numbers always be smaller than? 10. What should you do if they're over 10? Huh? Look back, okay.